So this is Leonard, Texas. This damn camera keeps shutting itself off. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's starting to annoy me. So I've been debating whether to go back through Medill or just cut across. I think I'll run up through Medill and then I can just deliver my paperwork and not have to worry about it. And that will get me around a couple of sticky spots. One of them is whatever the town is up north. That's the first one. I can never remember. It's Green something, it seems like. It's not Greenville. We've been through Greenville. Can never think of the name of that damn place, which is ridiculous. I've been through there 1,000 times. Gainesville, there we go. Gainesville can be a real pain in the ass to get through because all I-35 traffic and all the people leaving work in Sherman and Gainesville and going to I-35. So I think I'll just run on up through Medill. Screw it. Evidently, it's been a long time since I've been to Medill because I'm not seeing it come up on my GPS. Okay, so yeah, this brand of sleeves suck. They're pretty bad. They do a good job if you can keep them up. Hopefully the Farmer's Secret or whatever brand it is, the Farmer's whatever, hopefully those will actually stay on my arm. If I have trouble with them and they have elastic in them, I can always take up the elastic to make it a custom fit, so that they will stay on my arm. I don't know, let me compare this. Okay, so it's basically 6 miles farther if I go through Medill. Big deal. Yeah, that's 6 minutes at 60 miles an hour, so. And I'm just kind of piddling along anyway. I'm not even driving, anywhere near as fast as I could be in a lot of these zones. I've been running 60 and 65 all the way back up, mainly to conserve fuel. So, I'm still undecided. I'm just going to go home. Screw it. I can stick all that stuff in an envelope. It doesn't matter. It's not like anybody's going to be there when I get there. Most likely anyway. And I was in there like about a month ago visiting, so. I just don't feel like dealing with the slower roads. I mean, I don't feel like dealing with the mess at Gainesville either. me I don't have to go into Medill. I can cut off distance actually by taking the back way off of 377 over to Ardmore. I think I'll try that. Since I don't have to do it. I mean, why do it if I don't have to? But I do kind of want to go up that way and avoid Gainesville. So that might be a win-win for me. Avoid Gainesville and cut off some miles. And avoid Medill. For more than miles, that'll cut off time. And it'll cut down on how long it takes me to get around up there, because it takes a while to get through towns, you know, and Medill is no exception. Whitewright, Texas. There's actually two ways I can go here. I can run up to Highway 82 from Whitewright through Bells, or I can cut straight on through and it'll take me over to Sherman. I think I'll go that way. I haven't been this way in a long time. I think this will take me through Tom Bean, a little town called Tom Bean, Tombean. Man, this GPS is stubborn. It does not want to give up a route once it's made its mind up. It's basically the same distance, so it's a much less congested road. And I haven't been through Tom Bean in a few years, so It'll be fun to go back through there again. I know, I'm very easily entertained, very. It's just how it is. Okay, squirting some stevia in my coffee. It's pretty icky without it. That's much more better. There's a sign back there that said Kentucky Town. I don't know if Kentucky Town is actually a town, a Texas town, or if that's just something else. But it looked like a town name. So that would be two odd town names within like 10 miles here. So you got Kentucky Town and Tom Bean. So go figure. Okay, so this is Tom Bean. It's just a little bitty town. Welcome to Tom Bean, Texas. Yeah, I wonder how they came up with that name. I need to look it up, I guess. I'm sure somebody's got some theories on it. Or maybe somebody actually knows factually, you know, why they chose that name for this town. You know, maybe there was actually a guy named Tom Bean that lived here and they just, oh, that's Tom Bean's place, and it kind of stuck. Who knows? That's how a lot of towns get their names. They're named after somebody who's there that everybody knows. Sometimes like a major citizen, sometimes not. Sometimes they were named after kings and queens or towns in other countries. But I don't know of any Tom Bean anywhere else in the world. I might be wrong, but I think that's unique to Texas. I'm just guessing. Guessing it's unique. About that time, school was getting out, or has been out. Probably been out for a half an hour now. Got a pretty big school here. Evidently, they've got a taco truck that stops in there. I wish they had somebody had a brisket truck. That jerky is okay, but it's awfully dry. Really, really dry. as jerky as it tends to be. Another school. One school after another. Evidently this is the high school on this end of town. The other end of town must have been the elementary. Tom Bean Tomcats. It's kind of cool. So there's a road I'm going to be avoiding when we get to Sherman. I'm not going to go all the way to Highway 75 because it's a nightmare too. I'm going to try and cut through and not have to get on it. Maybe I can go over it. Oh, now I got some serious air conditioner going. That's too much. I can't get temperatures right in vehicles very well because I get too cold with air conditioning, but I get too hot without any of it. So what I used to do in Colorado is I run my air conditioning and my window open. Of course, I was smoking too at the time, so had to ventilate anyway. But I may have to go back to doing that, just to create a temperature equilibrium. Luella. So we had Tom Bean, now we got Luella. Luella, Texas. As slow as this bus driver is driving, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to turn off here pretty soon. Okay, he's just turning. He's not sticking out his stop sign, so I'm going to go ahead and go around. See? Called that one, I guess, huh? mean, I love driving, but to me, driving a school bus would be like torture. Dealing with other people's kids, I'd be like, no, thank you. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like kids. You know, I just don't like other people's kids all the time. I just don't like everybody else's kids. I like some other people's kids. You know, well-mannered children, things like that. But I don't necessarily just like kids for the sake of liking kids. If I would be trapped with them on a school bus and they were acting up and screaming and hooting, and you know, I'd be like, no, let me out of here. Yeah, not what I would call my idea of fun in any way, shape, or form. Nope. Don't think so. Not that I dislike kids either. Even if they're bratty ones, I don't dislike them. I just don't want to have to deal with them. I guess in the interest of full disclosure, I do not have any natural children of my own. Not by way of not trying, because I did, just never happened. But I raised a stepdaughter. And I have a different stepdaughter who's grown. So I actually, by way of Bill, have a granddaughter. So when I talk about my granddaughter, that's who I'm talking about. Because she may not be blood, but she's my granddaughter. And I'll fight you if you say different. And I'll fight you if you try to mess with her. So how's that? But I know how bratty kids can be. A, from personal experience, because I was a bratty kid. And B, from dealing with bratty kids. You know, as an adult, as an aunt. Well, my nieces and nephews weren't all that bratty. They had their bratty moments, but they weren't really brats. Actually, they're pretty good kids. Well, they're pretty good adults now. They're in their 30s and 40s, so they were pretty good kids back in the day. And then, of course, I dealt with a lot of bratty kids as a cop. Some of the brattiest kids I dealt with them as a cop. I am a bit jaded, I think, about kids. I'm not going to go clear over here. I'm going to go north instead of turning to the west here. So if I continue north, it'll take me up to Highway 82. I could go left and cut over to Highway 75, but why put myself through that torment? It's all torn up, and it's a high volume road. And it's a real pain in the butt. So there's a creek that runs through Sherman, Texas, up in here somewhere. And I've crossed it before. I think you can get to it on this road. And it's kind of a well-known place to go fossil hunting. And the fossils you get out of there are shark's teeth. And I really want to come down here and look one day. But I don't really want to do it by myself. I'd like to do it with somebody like Bill. preferably. And he hasn't felt like doing it since I found out about it. He's been sick, of course. So I haven't really brought it up much, but this is one of those places I'd like to come down to. It's not that far away. It's 150 miles from home. And I'm not sure that in that creek you wouldn't find some arrowheads and stuff too. So I'd really kind of like to do that. Not going to do it today, obviously. Probably should. I should be a strike while the iron's hot kind of person, and I put off a lot of stuff that I would like to do because I'm either working or trying to get home from work. That otherwise would kind of be fun, you know. But like I said, I'd rather do it with somebody like Bill, especially. Okay. 20 mile an hour, slow-mo school zone, slow motion. Going to change lanes very slowly. There's the sign for the other end of it, so it ends just at the end of this lot here. Right here in school zone. Good. So we're actually on Dewey Avenue. I don't even remember what road we were on. I'll post it up when I edit this, but we're turning on to 56 West, Texas 56. And this should take us around up to Highway 82 eventually, maybe, if we're lucky. I think I gotta go this way. This damn GPS is bound and determined to put me on Highway 75, and I ain't have no parts of it. That may be the creek right there that they're talking about. I don't know. I need to look that up and see what creek it actually is. And I think it's accessible like on the southeast side of town. You can park down in there and walk back up it. But it's a very well-known spot for finding shark's teeth. And I've never found a shark's tooth. My dad used to find them occasionally up by Montrose, Colorado, and Delta, Grand Junction, in that area when he was out working. So he worked a lot on the side of the road. He was a telephone man. So he was out, you know, climbing poles and working around the edge of the road like that. But he found several shark's teeth, I guess, that I remember when I was a kid. Resume speed 30, okay. Making sure here, I don't want to get screwed up. I've never been through this part of Sherman before. That looks like a college. It is. Austin College, founded 1849. That's pretty neat. I did not know that existed. Huh. really nice old style campus too. Wow, look at that house. Oh, I guess these are probably professors' homes that were built for the college. Either that or it's a new subdivision made to look old. That's probably new. Yeah, that's new, made to look old. Okay, you kind of fooled me for a minute, but not really. Kind of is, but not really. Bridge may ice in cold weather. This one, Texas is famous for their sky bridges. This is this little baby sky bridge here in Sherman. Sherman's not that big of a town to be having a whole bunch of sky bridges, but it's got this one. It may have others, as far as I know. It just may. I'm following this old guy in the Toyota. He seems to know how to get through here. He may not be going the same place I am, but I just about bet you money he's headed for Highway 82. Because he's doing all the right twists and turns, I think, to get up in this area. Now, this might put us on 75, but maybe not. Like, oh, this is the business route. Okay, this is good. The business route of 75 is completely different from the 4-lane maniac road, Texas 75. So this is okay. I'm glad I followed him. He knows his shit. You know, when in doubt, follow a local. Like you can tell where they're going, right? Oh shoot. So I can get on Highway 82 just right up here, about half a mile. This is awesome. I didn't have to get on crazy 75. This is business 75. Two distinctly different pathways. And they both intersect with, guess what? 82. Yay! This is my road. Oh, no, that's not it there. I guess I should get up here to 82. I was getting all too excited, jumping the gun. This is 82 up here, the elevated road. Alright. Just about got myself up. Look at those blue cars. Those are pretty. That color of paint is just so neat. I like that. I wouldn't mind having a blue vehicle like that. Mine would have to be a pickup probably, because I'm not a car person anymore. Although, you know, as I get older, I might decide I want a car. I don't know though. It's hard for me to get down and up, in and out of cars anyway, because I'm so tall. Like getting in and out of my Crown Vic when I was a cop, that was fun. Trying to stand up out of a Crown Vic that sits real low to the ground, wearing, you know, like 38 pounds of gear, because my belt weighed 28 pounds, my vest was another 10 pounds. But jumping up and down out of that car all the time, I mean, I was pretty strong. I'm not the same woman I once was. Just not. Just not. Of course, I'm, you know, damn near 20 years older, so. Well, 14. I'm 14 years older than I was the last day I went to work with a badge on. So, for what that's worth. The useless trivia. Totally useless trivia. Utterly and completely. Okay, so up here you see the road going across with the fast traffic. That's 75. That's the highway itself, not the business route. That's what I've been trying to avoid. I didn't want to run over to that. So now I learned something. I don't have to be afraid of business 75. Just have to pay attention to see the distinction on the map. Dallas, Denison. I don't care about Dallas or Denison. If I were to get on that, it would take me up through Decatur, or through, not Decatur, through Durant, Oklahoma. And it's a crazy, heavy, super heavy traffic route, full of trucks, big trucks, and pissed off, disgusted, tired of Dallas commuters. So it's really a nightmare of a road to run on. Especially if you have a heavy trailer on it and you have to take it kind of slow. Then people really hate you. You know, they're like, what are you doing driving so slow? Get out of my way. I know this because I've been there, done that. So, yeah. So we'll go up here to Whitesboro and turn north up into Oklahoma. And then we're going to do something different. We're not going to go to Medill. We're going to cut over west from the turnoff. Seems to me, and I may be wrong, but it seems to me that Bill and I had been on that road years before I came to work over here, looking at trailer. I don't know if we were looking at trailers. It might have been when I first started talking about doing hot shotting. There was a trailer manufacturer out west of Medill on that road, I do believe. I might be wrong, but I think there is. I think there's a route to get back up. Back up over. Not sure. We'll have to just look and see. But I'm not running up I-35 because I'm not going by that way station. They can kiss my ass. I'll go through any other way station, but not that one. Ain't happening. Some things I'm extremely serious about, and that's one of those things that I'm extremely serious about. I've taken a vow, and I take it seriously. So we're crossing Post Oak Creek. And I guess post oaks are a kind of oak that probably goes pretty straight that they used to cut for fence posts. That's my guess. That's all that is, just a guess. Purely a guess. See what this does if I tell it to keep me off the interstate. Probably cry and freak out. I mean, it's got basically two choices to keep me off the interstate. Okay, that's one of them. That's probably the one I want. That's going to put me on I-35. That's what I was afraid of. That road I was thinking I could go on, I can, but it'll run me right back over to I-35. And I'm not getting on I-35. So I guess we're going to cross on 82. Never mind. Let's simplify things here. I'll just stay on 82 all the way over to 81, which is a fine way to go anyway. As long as we don't get jammed up at Gainesville. I can't keep all these G names separate. Greensboro, Greenville, Gainesville, whatever. I don't want to get jammed up over there, but it's about my best option right now without adding time to the trip, and I'm pretty much done. I want to go home. Had enough. And I got to be mindful of my drive time hours too. So it's going to be about a 10-hour drive for the day by the time I get home. is Cook County or not. Might be. Might not be too. So this vehicle in front of me's got some vegetation in the back of that truck. If I can catch up to them, I'd like to see what they got back there because I'm being snoopy. It's not like it's any of my damn business, but, you know, curious. What is that in there? See if it's something that can give me an idea of something I can plant myself. Those look like palmettos, is what they look like. They're some kind of a tame variety of palmetto, I think. I saw something last year I actually wanted to buy and plant, and I can't remember what it was, but it was beautiful. And I told Bill, and then I forgot about it, and I got so busy I never went back and got it. But it was some kind of a flowering shrub, I think. And it seems to me like it was like a pale blue, or I don't remember what it was though. Gotta think about that, huh? And it was at Walmart, so it would have been affordable. I just didn't get it. I should have got it when I was there and saw it. Or I should have told him, reminded him later, and he would have gone and got it, but I forgot all about it because I got busy. What the heck was it? What was it? So it was really pretty. What was that? No idea. Maybe I'll remember. I mean, I saw it for a fraction of a second once. And it made some kind of impression on me. But not enough for me to remind him to go get one. But it seems like it was something I wanted to put in the flower bed or out by the bridal wreath spirea. So it was like a shrub, I think. Just don't know. Just do not know. Texoma RV park. Man, a lot of people are living in RVs these days. They don't even bother trying to buy a house anymore because it's so expensive. They just buy an RV and live in it in an RV park. Mustang Creek. It's not actually a bad way to go. Then if you want to move, or if you travel for your job, you just go from park to park. Okay, I am going to go up through Whitesboro here, just because I've got a feeling that by the time I get over to Gainesboro or Gainesville, that road's going to be jammed, because it's almost, well, it's 4 o'clock now. So rush hour is going to be in full swing by the time I get over there. And I don't want to sit and wait, so I'm going to go ahead and cut on up through here and just figure it out once I get up. I don't think I have to go all the way back into Medill. There should be a way I can cut across and back up to Highway 70 without going all the way to Interstate 35. So I'm not sure what road I would take over to Interstate 35 unless it is 70, and if it is 70 I could just keep going on 70. That doesn't make sense because 70 cuts through Ardmore, so that's nonsense. Utter complete nonsense. So I don't know what road this is showing me on here, but I'll figure it out. But I'm not going to stop in Medill, and I'm not going to get stuck in traffic in Gainesville trying to get across I-35. Just not in the mood for it. Cool. The light was with me. Yay. So there was cheap fuel up here where I fueled up the other day. I'm only down less than 1/8 of a tank, so I probably won't mess with it. But next time I come back through here, I might stop and top it off if I come back this way. But I may not come back this way for 2 or 3 months. Who knows? It's the way it works. I just go where I'm sent. And they could send me anywhere. Literally. Anywhere in the lower 48, and they could send me to Canada if they wanted to. So I think I'm good to go in Canada unless they're still doing the booster shot bullshit. So I'm not taking any booster shots to be able to drive in Canada. I have no interest. I've got a passport and I had my basic shot, but I'm not interested in getting on any list or in any registry or any of that shit. So if they're still doing that, I won't be going to Canada anytime soon either. I would not go to Canada this time of year anyway, because it's still winter up there. Maybe in June or July, yeah, but not in March and April. No. Nope, nope, nope. This may be the road. The road I'm seeing might be the one that cuts over to the backside of I-35 and runs up through Marietta. Now I could do that and cut over through Marietta. That would be okay. I could go for that. That wouldn't be so bad. But I'm not getting on Interstate 35. Ain't doing it. Not doing it. But I either have to go north or south of Lake Murray. And it's a pretty good sized lake. So I guess the road that would cut across to Marietta would be the only road in that part that I could get on. Maybe. I don't know if I want to do that or not. So I think I'm going to go on up. I think the road that turns to Medill, if I go west on that road, I think it'll take me back up to Highway 70 actually. So I think we ran that road before. It'll be a good refresher for me anyway, either way. So I'm pretty sure we came in the back way there once, looking for trailers. Now it's been like 15 years, so I can't promise that that's true. That's my recollection. Kinda. Kinda, sorta. It's a kind of sort of recollection. It's not necessarily like a, oh, I just absolutely remember that. No, it's more like a kind of a nebulous kind of, I think maybe that's what I remember type of thing. You know, sometimes I gamble on these roads and sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but I always learn something either way. So, you know, and if I don't have a trailer on, like I don't right now, I'm not as concerned about it because I can always turn around and go back without having to worry about being able to turn around, you know. So let's be brave. Let's be adventurous. Let's check it out and see what we can figure out. How does that sound? Because I don't think Buckaloo Bend Road is the road I'm going to want. I think that's going to go all around the backside of Lake Texoma, the western arm of it. Probably be a really slow road. And then it dumps out over, I'm sure, probably about Marietta, probably right at the way station. So, not what I'm thinking of doing at all. Okay, great. This is the second time today I've been foobarred by a school bus. Second time. She's still got kids in there too. Ugh, dang it, dang it, dang it. Hate when that happens. I'm gonna guess she's gonna have to turn off somewhere to get these kids home. Or she's gonna have to stop up here and let them out, so see how this goes. Sandusky, Texas. I never remember that this town's here actually, because it's not really a big town. It's more like a small stop in the road to me. I don't associate it with like a whole town, but I guess it probably is. I mean, there's residences all back in there. We're on Highway 377. I'm sorry, I did not say that before. And we're crossing Brushy Creek. This is my favorite way to cross the Red River on the east side of Oklahoma, unless I'm going clear over to Hugo. This is just my favorite bridge. And they just rebuilt this bridge, and they're tearing down the other old side and rebuilding a new one. I came through here yesterday. I like this much better than the bridge that crosses over at Kingston. That bridge just gives me the creeps. I don't know why. I don't like it. I've crossed it 1,000 times, and every time I've thought, I don't like this damn bridge. That's bizarre. Were those like little bitty tires on that, or were those just wheels? I don't even know what that was. That was strange looking. I'm going to have to look at that. So it almost looked like he had little itty bitty tires on that trailer. And I've never seen little itty bitty tires like that on a trailer that long. That was a long ass trailer. They were so small, they looked like wheels only. So I don't know what the hell that was. I have no idea. So this guy's got to be turning off up here somewhere, because he's surely not going to go into Oklahoma with a busload of kids from Texas. I don't think anyway. You might be able to go to a different school across county lines or city limits, but I don't think you can go to another state over. Maybe, I don't know. But I don't know. I've had enough coffee today. It gave me a heart flutter that I didn't like. I don't like when I get those. It creeps me out. So I am going to go to water. I think I've got some plain water. I do. I'm going to retire the coffee and go to water. Try to flush out my system some of the caffeine. That's probably the best reason not to drink caffeine. I don't really think about it as bothering me until that happens, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's why. Because it's freaky. I hate that feeling. So I'm going to try and flush the caffeine out of my system with this water, if that makes sense. I guess it does. Turn off somewhere. Right, thought they had to turn off somewhere anyway. So right in this area is where the guy passed me while I was passing another car, and he used the shoulder on this side of the road to go around me going the other way. It was bizarre. It was strangely bizarre. I wish I had had my camera running for that, because that was a doozy of a really stupid thing. It's been a long time since I've seen anything that stupid, actually. That was the stupid act winner of the trip so far. Stupid driving tricks. Back coming right up this hill, I think. No, it was the next hill down, because I had the actual passing zone. It was back up there somewhere. Or it might have been this hill. I guess it was this hill. No, it wasn't. It had to be farther up because it was an actual passing zone. It doesn't matter. It was just the dumbest thing I've seen in a while was all. And I see a lot of dumb shit out here that people do, but that one took the cake pretty hard. So this side of the bridge is new. They've been working on this for at least a year. And now they've got the other lanes, the old southbound lane, or maybe that was the old bridge over there. This may have been always a single file bridge. Not sure. I think it was. I think it was just a two-lane bridge. But I think what they're doing is stripping off that old bridge on that side and redoing that as southbound lanes, maybe. Maybe not. They might just be tearing it out of there. Because this is pretty nice up here. I mean, this road doesn't get that much traffic to need a 4-lane bridge, really. It's just not that heavily traveled. So we're in Oklahoma now. Crossing that was crossing Lake Texoma and the Red River. So now we're in Oklahoma. And here's the required Indian Nation casino. And this one, I'm not sure which tribe this one belongs to. Not sure if this is still the Chickasaw Nation or if this is the Choctaw Nation down here or something else.